Okay, we're going to do a pencil drawing here. It's a quick little thing. Doing just basic shapes here. Post, another post, and one over here someplace, and we've got a whole bunch of I always find these little barns really interesting. So much going on in here. So I'm just going to draw some interesting shapes in here. Now we got all these pickets down in here. This fence looks like it was just sort of nailed together using odd shapes of wood. And I got this. I'm not going to try and count them. I'm just going to put in a few. Now using a Sharpie pen, this is a real fine line type pen. So I just drawing again the major shapes in here. I'm drawing little spots in here that I'll leave white when I come to filling it in as black. Put in these fence posts. Fences are fun to do, but can be a bit finicky sometimes too. Now, some fairly narrow boards in here, so I don't lose track of where I am. What I'll do is just put a little bit of black in there so I realize that that's going to be dark in there. Running out of space for the number of cross pieces that go in there. Now we got a piece coming down like so. We got some stuff in there. A couple little boards coming out like that. And one going up this way. And got some stuff in there. You got a whole bunch of sticks sticking up there. Now we got and I got a post there. Got a bunch of little ones here. I'll put those in later. And I guess we'll put in this sort of picket fence that comes in here. A bit tedious putting it in, but it sure makes for an interesting sort of drawing. As I said before, this looks like there was just a bunch of random boards stuck in here. Ooh. I think I blew that. Now I have to put the board behind these things, which in fact it was in front before. So it's my mistake. Alright, let's put the cross piece in. If you look carefully at it, the cross piece was actually in front of all of these boards, but I made the mistake way back there, so I'm just going to have to live with it. Okey-doke. Now, I think got a little bit of a slat thing going on here. And okay, we'll call that enough for now, and then I'll start putting in some of the darker strokes. I'm using a medium tip Sharpie now, just to fill in some of the blacks in here. This sketch is of a West Street Cider place. It's a large sort of apple orchard and a beautiful restaurant where you can get a pizza and some cider. That's what they make there, is cider. It's called West Avenue Cider. It's off Concession 8 east of Highway 6 on the way to Guelph. We had a very enjoyable afternoon there. This isn't the building, the cider building. It's an off building. They raise some goats and sheep and stuff, and so it's a working farm. But I found that this little garden is in fact what it is, to be very, very interesting. And I thought, whoa, you know, this would make a nice sketch. So that's what I'm doing. There were some goats back in here somewhere, so they put the dark bits in here now. The fun part of doing sketches is that quite honestly, it doesn't matter if it's bang on accurate. We're not making photographs here. What we're doing is just giving an impression. Yeah, I got a piece coming down there like so. Put it there. Yeah, put that in. I got a whole bunch of stuff coming down like so. Behind this building was quite a big hill going up. This was, I just think, some scrub grass that indicated that it was up there. Got a bush that's hanging out here someplace. And we'll just put that in there. Okay, what else we got going here? Ah, yes. We've got, we'll fill in these spots down in here. Let's just make some texture here. There's all this weeds and stuff coming up here, so I'm going to just sort of treat it as a kind of a textured shape. Kind of scribble, so there's lots of bits of white showing through here. Well, little bits of white, showing a sparkle, I call it. And we come down to about here. Make sure I get the top parts of this done before I start getting into the scribble texture here. And break it up a bit. Now let's just make a few in here, dark ones. And I got some posts in here. All right. A couple spots in there. And what do we got going here? Got that. All right. We'll leave that for the moment. To the fine line here. And put in some more scribbles in here, because it's not all real dark over here. We have it in here. Push that back a bit. That's good. And we've got a bunch in here. Part of the shape in there. Then we'll put in a few more, make it a little darker at the bottom. And we'll just come in here and put a lot of little scribble lines in here. And the lining goes like across like that, so I'll add some in there. We got a few in there, and the kind of bunch in here. By the way, if you're new to my channel, a very special welcome. And please take a second to say hello in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. And by all means, share the video to your friends. As I said, there's a bit of a hill that goes up there. So just give some idea that there is something behind up top. Now, what do we got going? Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff in here too. I'm going to push that crossboard back a little bit. Now there's one last thing to do, is put the tree in with a fairly heavy marker. So I'm going to kind of exaggerate some of this a bit with a big, and then I'm just going to give the idea of some leaves out here. And boy, that's a big one. Tree behind it. But it does give a nice contrast. Actually, I'm going to do some of that in there too. I could use the chisel point there, but I want a bunch of sky holes to come through here. I've got a tree. Oh, I better break some of those up because they kind of line up, which doesn't look all that great. A little bit of stuff in here, little spots. Actually, there's quite a big spot there as well. What else have we got? I think this can go, you know, there are a bunch of twigs that come up there. I don't know what that is. It might even be some berry bushes of some sort. It was a fairly hot day when we were there. There were all kinds of picnic tables under umbrellas scattered around several feet apart, so you don't worry about COVID there. And I've got a few in there. And we seem to have a kind of a spot going up like that. Let's not get too carried away. I'm going to put that in there. Okay. There's a line in there. And there wasn't one there. So we'll well, rather than get too fussy, I think I'm going to call that done. Let's put the borderline in. I always like doing that. Makes like it was done for a purpose. And we'll tidy up some of these edges down in here so it doesn't look so sloppy. And this one, we'll finish that up. I like this little fence out the front, in front of everything. Well, I'll put my old RDM on here and call it done. Great. West Avenue Cider sheep barn. Have a great day and keep on scanning.